Good Friday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Friday. Starting off, what do we have going on throughout the entire state? Convection-wise, right now we do have some isolated stray sprinkles, like if anything, going on near like Tigerville, Landrum, Boiling Springs, Fingerville, all of these areas over here receiving some rainfall, but it's not a lot at all, like not a lot. And we have some fog going on, especially over here where some patchy dense fog is possible through 9 a.m. Florence, Timmonsville, Lake City, King Street, Georgetown, Andrews, all of these areas getting some fog cover right now. But if we scroll our way out, you can see all of the special weather statements that we have out. This is just some of them are with gusty winds. If I go and look down there, this one's with fog up here. This one's with patchy black ice. And so there's a lot of stuff going on. But what's going on in terms of rainfall? Well, we do in fact have some rainfall going on down all the way from New York down through Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, all of these areas receiving receiving some rainfall right now. Some sleet going on maybe in New Hampshire, some snowfall over here in Colorado, New Mexico, Kansas, panhandle of Oklahoma, rainfall, and some sleet, maybe like a mix of the three, snowfall as well in Washington, and maybe even some snowfall in Nebraska and Wyoming. Now, what's going on in terms of our cloud cover? We do, in fact, have some cloud cover in the upstate, the northern parts of the state, the Midlands, the low country, maybe even the Petey and the Grand Strand receiving some of that cloud cover as well. And some of it also definitely is fog cover. We move on throughout today in terms of our cloud cover. And cloud cover, for the most part, it looks like that it's going to stay mostly cloudy today, but there will be clear spots as we go all the way through to 12 o'clock in the morning. Current temperatures right now, we have around a good 59 in Somerville and Charleston, as well as 57 Beaufort, 58 Hilton Head Island, as well as 60 in Georgetown. We also have around a good 59 in Murray's Inlet, 54 inside of Conway or 57 inside of Conway, 58 inside of North Myrtle Beach, and 55 in Florence, 54 in Hartsville, and 52 in Bennettsville, 55 Sumter, 57 in Orangeburg, and even around a good 61 inside of Aiken, 60 Newbury, 58 in Columbia, 57 in Lancaster, and 56 in Rock Hill, 60 Greenwood, Lawrence, 55 Greenville, Clemson, 57 inside of Spartanburg and Gaffney. Now for your high temperatures for today, you have around a good 68 in Greenville, 69 in Spartanburg, as well as 70 in Rock Hill, 73 Greenwood, Newbury, and Winsboro, as well as 75 in Camden, 76 Columbia, 76 in Orangeburg, 76 also in Sumter, and 76 in Florence and Kingstree and Moncks Corner and Walterboro, 70 Hilton Head Island, 72 in Charleston, and even 74 in Georgetown, 70 in Myrtle Beach. Wind for today, winds are going to be mainly on the more calmer side, around a good 3 to around 10-ish miles per hour. So we can go all the way from calm, potentially all the way up to around 10 miles per hour. And in terms of those wind gusts will be gusting all the way from around 10 miles an hour, all the way up to around a good 20, maybe even isolated 25. Rainfall for today. Now, this doesn't really include too much of the day. This goes from 7 p.m. Tonight, but we'll go in and look at the models. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. I'll show why in just a second. But you have around a good 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch for Girard, Camden, Columbia, Aiken, 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch for Winsboro, quarter of an inch for Newbury, quarter of an inch to a half an inch for Greenwood, half an inch to an inch for Lawrence, Anderson, Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, and then inch to an inch and a half, all the way up to potentially even 3 inches at the very far side of the upstate. Now, what about our crazy score? We're actually at an 8, which is kind of lower than what I expected. Thought definitely would be high calm, low mid, but or low mild. But honestly, it only is at an 8. And it says, because of clear spots, that definitely will add on to it. Yeah, there is some fog cover now, but the fog's now kind of lifting. And then in terms of, temperatures, unseasonably warm. calm winds for the most part. So, I mean, I can see why. Maybe would have had it a little bit higher, though, if it was me. But remember, I have a system that goes on and does it. SPC outlook for today, thunderstorms are definitely possible up there inside the very far upstate. If the rainfall gets going and that energy is there, you may see some rumbles of thunder. Now, what about excessive rainfall? Well, excessive rainfall right now shows some isolated flash flooding possible up here inside the upstate Westminster, Fairplay, Clemson, Central, Anderson, Pickens, Easley, Salem, all of these areas up here. Isolated flash flooding is possible. That goes from 9 o'clock in the morning today to 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Now let's go ahead and look at the model so I can actually show you what I'm talking about. We start off here at 9 a.m. You go in and push this forward, and you can see by 2 p.m., 3 p.m., you start to see some rainfall start to go on in the upstate, but it's nothing too crazy. And then we get to 6 p.m. Still, rainfall moving through, but nothing crazy. It's not until we get to around that 7 p.m. time frame where we really start to see that more moderate rainfall start to move through the state. Here you go, 9 p.m. right here to 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., where a good heavy amount of rainfall definitely is possible, all the way to 12 o'clock in the morning. And look at the parts of the state, the low country, the Midlands. They're not receiving any sort of rainfall. Really just the upstate. So, it's going to start off light as you go into the afternoon, but as you get more and more throughout the night, it's going to get heavier as it progresses. Everybody else, though, nice and dry. That's all that I have, though, for today. If you did find the forecast informative, go on and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're at 650, trying to get to 700. We are 50 away from that main goal of 700, and we are 25 away from that quarter of the way goal, 675. Let's go on and get there, and I will be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m., Friday evening forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Let's just get through today, and we'll be done with the week.